Welcome everyone for today's webinar. My name is Chirayu Kothari and I am a master's student at the Department of Civil Engineering, the University of Tokyo. I will be facilitating today's webinar on study and work in Japan. We have expert representatives from the different universities across Japan who will be providing you various information on the English programs being offered. Before we get started, I request everyone to post their queries in the Q&A box and we will try to answer them during the presentation. Please do not use the chat box for your queries. Today's webinar is scheduled for 2 hours. I will share the agenda slide for today's webinar. We have an introduction session from Mr. Miyauchi, Director of University of Tokyo, India office, followed by the presentation on the overview of study and work in Japan by Ms. Megumi Paul. We will then have the presentation from the representatives of the Niigata University, Waseda University, and Kyoto Universities of Advanced Sciences. There will be a Q&A session of 10 minutes each after the presentation by each university. The total presentation time for each university is 20 minutes, which will be followed by the 10 minutes of Q&A sessions. Uh, so, without any further delay, I would like to invite Mr. Miyauchi, Director of University of Tokyo, India office, to share his thoughts on today's session. I hand over the mic to Mr. Miyauchi.
Thank you, Mr. Chirayu. And dear student parent in 7 countries, India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nepal, Bhutan, Sri Lanka, and Maldives. My name is Yasuyuki Miyauchi, the director, the University of Tokyo India office. I'm very happy to present you today's webinar, The Study and Work in Japan. This program is sponsored by MEXT, Ministry of Education, Culture, Sports Science, and Technology in Japan. The mission is to introduce you to Japanese universities and assist you to study and work in Japan. This project consists of 12 sessions, and it is already started from the end of October until middle of February next year. The all information is updated in our web page. So please visit our homepage, the University Tokyo India office and Sri Lanka office. This week, from today to next Friday, we will have 5 seminars. Therefore, if you have any time, please register another webinar also. In these 12 webinars, I plan to introduce nearly 30 universities in Japan, major universities, various places, and also the various type of universities. In Japan, there are 3 types of universities: national universities, public universities, and private universities. And also, we'd like to introduce both graduate and undergraduate school. Therefore, if you participate in many sessions, you'll be familiar with Japanese university. Yeah, each university's presentation is only in 20 minutes. Therefore, it's not enough, I think. But in such case, please contact university directly. Everybody is like to help you, and you get good information from their university. I think this program will help you. It is my great pleasure if you consider Japanese universities as one of your options in the future. Anyhow, please enjoy today's session. Thank you. Mr. Chirayu, please start or Over to Megumi-san.
Thank you, Mr. Miyauchi, for your valuable insights. Next, we have Ms. Megumi Paul, Managing Director at Focal to guide the students on study and work in Japan. With that said, I would like to invite Ms. Megumi.
Thank you, Mr. Chirayu. Hello, everyone. I was born in India, moved to Japan in 1997, and became a Japanese citizen. Thank you for joining today's webinar. It gives me great pleasure to present to you all today. I will share my screen now. I will briefly explain why Japan is the rising magnet for foreign talent for higher education and work. The national flag of Japan is officially named as Nishoki, meaning sunmark flag. Main religions are Shintoism, Buddhism, and Christianity. Japan has 47 prefectures, equivalent to states in India. Japan has the second largest population of 125 million among G7 industrialized nations next to United States of America. As you know, G7 countries are Japan, US, Germany, UK, France, Italy, and Canada. Japan's economy is the third largest in the world and is on the move again, brimming with opportunities for foreign professionals to work hand in hand with top Japanese talent. Japan's economy is mainly driven by automotive, consumer electronic industries, robotics, and animation industries. Japan provides a comfortable living environment for students. Firstly, Japan is a safe place to live with low crime rate. It has an excellent public transportation system with subways and bullet trains. I have to mention about the well-established national health insurance system. 70% of the medical bill is paid by the government, and only 30% of the medical expenses is paid by the student. After the student joins the college, the student will be given the National Health Insurance Card. The student has to pay an annual premium of rupees 12,000 only, which is reasonable. To your right, you see Tokyo ranked first in world's safest cities ranking in 2019 by Economist Intelligence Unit. There are 90 undergraduate English courses offered by 40 Japanese universities and 160 postgraduate courses offered by 51 Japanese universities. All undergraduate degree programs are for 4 years, and graduate degree programs are for 1 to 2 years, and 3-year PhD program. There are 3 different categories of universities in Japan: national, public, and private. National universities was founded by Japanese government and contributes to the development of higher education and research. Public universities are established by prefectures and play an important role in providing higher education. 80% of the universities are private and provides unique education and research based on the spiritual legacy of the founders. I will share the differences between Japanese and Indian higher education. The Indian education is focused on theoretical studies, whereas Japanese education focus on the basic knowledge of a specific field of major. Japanese education provide an opportunity to understand various diverse foreign cultures, society, and nature, whereas Indian education focuses on growing global trends. Also, Japanese education gives importance to develop communication skills, logical thinking, problem solving, and apply these skills to solve new issues. Japanese universities offer world-class facilities with cutting-edge technology, ideal for educational research and international activities. They provide sophisticated libraries with excellent workspace for self-study, group discussions, co-curricular activities for teamwork. Dormitories provide students a peaceful atmosphere for a well-balanced academic and personal lifestyle. Here we will compare the tuition fees and living expenses of US and Japan and about scholarships. Tuition fees in Japanese public universities is rupees 4 lakhs per year versus rupees 22 lakhs in US public universities. Tuition fees in Japanese private universities is rupees 12 lakhs per year versus rupees 37 lakhs per year in US private universities. Japanese college tuition fees is one third of US college tuition fees. Living expenses in Japan and US is almost the same. Japanese universities offer merit-based and need-based scholarships. Unlike USA, no visa issues in Japan for both student visa and for employment visa after graduation in Japan. Average salary for undergraduate students after graduation is around rupees 28 lakhs per year. Japan has the lowest unemployment rate of 2.34% based on 2020 statistics and likely to continue due to growing population, which provides a great opportunity for international students like you to study, work, and settle in Japan. Why we have so many job opportunities in Japan? Japan is the third largest economy in the world and the only developed nation in Asia with highest per capita income. It has the lowest unemployment rate of 2.5% in the developed G7 countries. There are a number of global Japanese companies like Toyota, Panasonic, Mitsubishi that are leading the change. Uniqlo has opened its outlet in India, showing that Japan is moving to retailing industry also. All global companies like Google, Microsoft, Amazon have big operations in Japan due to Japan market size. After graduation, you will get a placement in Japan in Japanese companies as well as multinational companies like Apple, Accenture, Deloitte, Google. Also, you can work in India or any part of the world in Japanese companies as they welcome students who have graduated from Japanese universities. Japan's culture is incredibly rich. The food is insanely delicious with various international cuisine options like Indian, Mexican, Italian, French. Everyone is so polite. Transportation is always on time. Japan is a place where ancient temples and World Heritage sites coexist with modern cityscapes and state of the art technology. There are four seasons to experience and enjoy in Japan. The average temperature in Tokyo during winter is 10 degrees Celsius, spring 23 degrees Celsius, summer 30 degrees Celsius, autumn 22 degrees Celsius. Thank you. So with that I will pass on to Mr. Chirayu to start introducing the distinguished speakers from the prestigious Japanese universities to proceed with their presentations.
Thank you, Ms. Megumi, for such a comprehensive presentation. It was a very informative presentation, isn't it? Now that you know the benefits of studying in Japan and the job prospects after graduation, we will move on to the presentation from the university representatives. Our first presentation is from Niigata University. Niigata University is the national university located in Niigata Prefecture. I will now turn over the time to Professor Satish Kumar from the Graduate School of Science and Technology at Niigata University. The presenter belongs to the Department of Geology and is conducting world-class research in the field of geochemistry and petrology. Welcome, Professor Satish.
Thank you, Mr. Chirayu. Hello, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello. Oh, yeah. So thank you for joining this wonderful evening of webinar. And my name is Satish Kumar, and I myself working in Niigata University as a professor in geology and teaching young students and also foreign students from many parts of the world. So my task here is to introduce my university, and I will now share my presentation with you. Just 1 second. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so Niigata University is one of the what is a national university in the Japan sea coast. So uh, I am now working as a vice dean in Faculty of Science and dealing with international affairs, and also I have many what do you say administrative tasks as well in teaching undergraduates as well as postgraduate students. So the outline of this presentation is as shown here. So first of all, I will introduce myself about my career and how I've been here now, why I've been, and how, uh, uh, and then I will introduce about Niigata and also about different faculties as well as the living conditions in Niigata. Uh, and in the end, I will just touch upon my research, which is perhaps it is very, what is it, topical for very short, small, so in smaller in nature, but still someone might be interested in it. So I was born in Kerala in Thiruvananthapuram, and I did my schooling in over there and until my master's in Kerala until 1992, and started as a student like all of you are looking for a chance in abroad in, for example, in Japan or any other country. I was also looking for for a chance to go abroad. So I got a chance to join Osaka City University as a mixed scholarship with a mixed scholarship in 1994, and I passed out in PhD from Osaka City University in 1998. And then fortunately, I got a postdoctoral fellowship at Shizuoka University, which is very near to the foothills of Mount Fuji. And thereupon, it was again my fortune that I could get a job in Shizuoka University itself as an assistant professor, and then to an associate professor there, and worked until 2012 over there. Then I moved to Niigata University as a full professor in 2012, and where I am now working as uh, working. So in fact, in between, I have participated in Antarctic expedition. As you know, India also have an Antarctic expedition, which goes every year, taking scientists to the South Pole. I participated in Antarctic expedition in the Japanese Antarctic expedition, and I will show some few snaps in the end of my talk. So where about Niigata? Niigata is situated about say 200 kilometers about north of northwest of Tokyo slightly, and it is in the Japan sea side. And it has an international airport. It is connected to Tokyo by Shinkansen, the bullet train, which takes only 2 hours from Tokyo to Niigata by rail. So it is connected to other parts of the world, especially to China, Korea, and Taiwan by international flights. But of course, it is connected all through Japan from major cities as well. So about some quick facts about Niigata University. It was established in 1949 as a national university, and we'll see a short video later in which our president will be uh, talking about our university. And we have a student strength about 12,000, and most of them are undergraduate, about 2,000 graduate students, and about 3,200 staff members, including administrative as well as teaching. And as usual, perhaps everyone knows that we have a two semester. First semester starts in April and end in August, and we have a summer vacation in August, September, and then second semester starts in October and end in February. So these are some facts, but perhaps you may be interested more in looking at the view of our university. I will start a video now. Unfortunately, this has a what is a Japanese narration, but it is subtitled. Please watch.
新潟大学には五十嵐キャンパスと旭増キャンパスの2つのキャンパスがあり、10の学部と5つの大学院、約1万2000人の学生が集う総合大学です。五十嵐キャンパスは8つの学部と3つの大学院のほかに、県内最大の蔵書数を誇る付属図書館や災害復興科学研究所などを有する緑豊かな落ち着いた環境です。旭町キャンパスは医学部、歯学部、2つの大学院のほかに医師学総合病院や脳研究所など優れた環境が整っており、国立の総合大学らしい新潟大学ならではの学びを実現しています。
新潟大学は広大な越後平野に囲まれる恵まれた環境の中にあり、日本海側の地域から対岸のアジア地域に展開する地の拠点として存在しています。本学は自立と創生を全学の理念に掲げ、優れた教育と研究、さらに社会貢献を通じて地域のみならず世界の発展に着実に貢献してきました。このように本州日本海側ラインの中心に位置する大規模総合大学として環東アジア地域を起点に世界の平和と発展に寄与することが全学の基本戦略の一つです。多様な教育と研究の機会を得ることができる総合大学、新潟大学において皆さんがタフでしなやかな人材として成長されることを私たちは全力で応援し支援します。
Okay, I suppose you have viewed the what to say our campus, and some simple information was also there. I'll just briefly once again explain to you. We have 10 faculties and 42 major programs and 22 sub-major programs. But I should inform you that most of the undergraduate programs we are doing it in Japanese language, but postgraduate programs we have four full courses in English, as well as the other especially science and engineering and agriculture, medicine. Those postgraduate courses we have a lot of foreign students as well. So I'll just say about the graduate schools. We have four graduate schools, one in modern society and culture, and then we have the science and technology in which I belong to, and where we have 2-year master course and 3-year doctoral course program. We have Graduate School of Health Sciences as well as medical and dental sciences. We have 2 management school, law school, as well as 2 research institutes which are dedicated for brain research, and also, and especially as a country of lot of natural hazards like earthquakes and volcanoes, we have a special research institute for natural hazards and disaster recovery. We also have a university medical hospital where we have very high quality medical facilities are available. I'll just slightly quickly pass through about the master courses we are offering. We offer in the Graduate School of Science and Technology, we offered Master of Philosophy as well as Science, Engineering and Agriculture. And for doctor course, we also have the similar ones where we either have fundamental sciences or advanced material science and technology, or electrical and information engineering, life and food sciences, and environmental science and technology, in which I myself belong to the environmental sciences. So, of course, in the undergraduate program in the Faculty of Science, we have all basic science programs where we teach. Myself, I teach in geology, but we have all other science subjects as well: physics, chemistry, biology, mathematics, as well as we have environmental science program, and we now have introduced a new program on field research on a combined program with Faculty of Agriculture and Science. Of course, further details are available in the website as well. And we have in Niigata, very near to the Niigata, we have a rather big island, which we call it as Sado Island, where we have a special ecological center where we study about the marine sciences as well as special, or biological programs are available. And then regarding the 2 research institutes, we have the Brain Research Institute as well, where world-class brain, it was one of the top institutes in Japan, but now, of course, it still belongs to produce world-class results. And also as I told you, there is a natural hazards and research recovery institute as well, where they study about landslides, volcanoes, and heavily snowy areas, as well as river flooding, floods, earthquakes, and volcanoes. So Niigata University has a lot of overseas partner institutions. To name a few from India, I would say that we have very good collaborative research programs and student exchange programs with Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore, and also Cochin University of Science and Technology, then Indian Institute of Space Science and Technology at Thiruvananthapuram, which I am having personal interest in collaborative research as well as student exchange, as well as IIT Roorkee. And we have faculty level exchange programs with Jawaharlal Nehru University and also Cochin University, as well as we have a long-standing relationship with University of Peradeniya in Sri Lanka, and many universities in Bangladesh as well. Perhaps those who are attending from Bangladesh can just check the website and see. And those who are interested in joining our university, I would suggest for a postgraduate course, because there is no language barrier in that case. those who like to join or try to apply for some kind of scholarship or a thing, you just go to the home website of Niigata University. The English page, you have a what is a menu in over here, drop down menu for study at NU. When you click over here, you can see this page, and then you can follow. You can see the flow charts for if you are looking for undergraduate degree programs. Most of the students who are coming from abroad for undergraduate degree programs are from mostly from China or Korea or Taiwan. Those who are, or even nowadays Malaysian students are also here. Those who have learned a little bit of Japanese, they can try. Even in India also, I hear that there are Japanese language program. If you have a little bit of Japanese language knowledge, then you can even try to apply for undergraduate programs here as well. And then those for master degrees or master degree or doctoral programs, they can follow this flow chart. And other than others who are interested in doing research collaborations or research postgraduate programs, postdoctoral programs, they can also follow the flowchart here and to find a supervisor or collaborator in Niigata University. Regarding the life in Niigata, you can say that the university has a very well established international office, and they arrange several, what to say, accommodation facilities. And compared to bigger cities in Japan, the living expenses in Niigata is comparatively low. Even you can find, for example, some sort of monthly accommodation for about 20 or 30,000 yen, which means about 10 to 15,000 rupees in India. So this can be, what to say, this information can be obtained from the website. So I will just take few minutes to say some, what to say, key research topics. For example, we have a very good engineering faculty where studies relate or research relating to solar power and solar hydrogen energy system. They are doing some leading scientific research in where there is another Indian professor is there, and who is also from southern India. He's from Tamil Nadu, and he's also doing a very good research in Niigata University. We have students from India as well. We have three in my surroundings. We have three postdoctoral students as well as one doctoral student from different parts of India. One from Bengal, two from Kerala, and one from Tamil Nadu. So regarding my research topic, I am basically a geologist, so I am more interested in earth processes. And so as I showed you, I had a chance to look at or come to Japan and study about India, as well as other continents like Africa or Antarctica or Sri Lanka and Australia. So I do feel a lot of field work in these countries, as well as I had a chance to go to Antarctica. Why? Because I wanted to learn about the previous continent setup in Earth and how the continents are developed through time. So this was the place where I visited during my research expedition, and I had a very good time in learning experience in traveling to different parts of the world, where especially to Antarctica, which gave me a lot of confidence in doing research and what do you say, education as well for the next generation. This is one of the excellent photographs which I used to show to students who like to have some dream about future in research and education. So what we do is we used to collect samples from these localities and then take back in Japan and do some world-class facilities like mass spectrometers or isotope studies, which this is my own lab in just in front of my room, my office, where students are taught how to do research on scientific topics. So I'll just finish off with my talk with a scenic view of Niigata, where we experienced for all 4 seasons. We have a very good spring, summer, as well as autumn, and a little bit snowy winter as well. So you can experience all good winter as well as summer. Very nice change in what is a seasonal changes you can view. And I welcome all of you to have a look at our website, and if you are interested, please contact us either by email or through the form which is directly you can input your information in the website. Thank you very much for your kind attention. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Satish, for your guidance session on various programs being offered at Niigata University and your introduction. I would like to pick up some of the questions from the audiences and from the Q&A box if you would like to answer. Uh, are there any undergraduate courses at Niigata universities which are being offered in English?
As I have explained in my talk, it is unfortunately at present we do not have a full-fledged English course in English. I mean, in for example, we have some engineering students or science students coming from countries like Malaysia or Philippines or Taiwan and other places, but still they learn a little bit of Japanese, and then, for example, 1 to 2 years of Japanese language training they have done, and then join. So, unfortunately, I should say that we do not have full English courses. Sorry for that. We are trying to introduce this, but it takes a lot of time to. Yes.
However, Niigata University offers a good range of master's and post-graduation courses. There are very particular questions in the Q&A box. Would you like to answer any of them?
Uh, Yeah, about
How?
so for example, scholarships. There was one question about scholarships for master courses. There are these are general information. Actually, we do have some university sponsored courses as well. I cannot just explain to you how much scholarship is how much scholarship is given, but please try to what do you say, fill in the form in the website, and we will definitely answer you under the international office will answer you about the scholarships. We also offer private there are several private scholarships as well that is available for any universities as well. So we yeah, that is one of the question I thought of answering. Yeah. Do you have any other ones?
Okay, so I would like to sum it up. So there are
Mhm.
many scholarships being offered in Japan to pursue your post-graduation courses as well as undergraduation courses. So please have a look at that. And
I would perhaps I would there are several specific questions like microbiology or atmospheric sciences or nanotechnology, those kind of things. Yes, I should say as a national university in Niigata University offers all these subjects. We have experts. We just look through our staff list, or you can just send an email to, we have a system which we have developed to find out a perfect supervisor which matching your interest. So please look at the website uh, and put up your request. Yeah, that's.
Uh, Thank you, Professor Satish. I have put up the link of Nigata University website in the chat box so audience can access through it.
Thank
Uh,
you.
so, thank you, Professor Satish. I will now turn over. Our next presenter is from Waseda University. Waseda University is a Japanese private research university located in Shinjuku, Tokyo. I will now turn over to Mr. Takashi Hayashi from the International Admission Office at Waseda University. The presenter will be joined by his colleague, Ms. Junko Nakamura.
Okay. Hello. Thank you for joining this session today. I am Hayashi from Waseda University International Admissions Office, and my colleague here is Ms. Nakamura. Today, I would like to introduce to you our English-based degree programs, which does not require any Japanese language skills. And at the first part of my presentation, our session, I would like to show you a video which will cover our overall general information about Waseda University, as well as our English-based undergraduate degree programs. And after that, Ms. Nakamura will make a short presentation to give you additional information about our English-based postgraduate degree programs, and also additional information about our application procedures. Okay, so first, let me share our screen and show you the first video.
Hello, welcome to Waseda University's virtual college visit. This presentation will cover information on study in Central Tokyo at Japan's #1 private university, Waseda. Waseda University is located in the city of Tokyo on the Central Pacific Coast, or the southeastern part of the main island of Japan. Situated in central Tokyo, Waseda University is convenient for getting anywhere in Tokyo in just minutes by train or bus. And with bullet train stations and the Narita and Haneda airports nearby, not only is it easy to travel anywhere in Japan, but also to international destinations. Here you can see just a sample of the magnificent scenes you can come across in Tokyo. Everything from beautiful parks, famous temples, and financial districts that are home to world-renowned corporations, to vibrant nightlife, unique cafes, and Michelin-starred restaurants. Tokyo has been ranked #1 safest city in the world and the #2 best student city in the world, two high rankings in areas that are very important during your student life. The QS Best Student City ranking is an evaluation based on university rankings, student mix, desirability, employer activity, affordability, and a student view survey. Now let's take a minute to look at Waseda University rankings. Ranked the #1 private university in Japan, Waseda is the most well-known university in the Tokyo area. It also ranks in the top 50 for 5 fields of study, including sports, modern languages, classics and ancient history, mineral and mining related engineering, and politics and international studies. As of May 2019, nearly 49,000 students were attending Waseda University, with a little over 40,000 undergraduates and more than 8,000 graduate students. And when it comes to international students, Waseda ranks #1 in Japan in that regard as well, with 8,300 international students hailing from 121 countries and regions around the world. Globally, Waseta's alumni total more than 600,000. This creates valuable opportunities for networking. Among its esteemed graduates are 7 Japanese prime ministers, the famous and beloved author Haruki Murakami, and the first Japanese woman to serve as Undersecretary General for the United Nations, Izumi Nakamitsu. Other alumni include nearly 11,000 CEOs and presidents, such as the CEO of Nintendo and Uniqlo, and the founder of Sony, to name a few. Waseta University has more than 800 institution-wide and departmental partnerships with leading institutions around the world. This means that degree-seeking students at Waseta have many study abroad opportunities to choose from, with half-year and one-year options, and in some cases chances to obtain a double degree. These next few slides pertain to student life at Waseta. No college life would be complete without a vibrant sports culture. There are 44 varsity sports at Waseta, including expected athletics like swimming, soccer, tennis, and track, as well as some not so expected ones like race car driving and sumo wrestling. And Waseta is all about creating opportunities for students to interact with one another. With 500 student clubs on campus, you're sure to find one to your liking. Furthermore, the Intercultural Communications Center on campus holds 300 events a year to promote cultural exchange. In addition to learning about Japan, students can learn about cultures from around the world and even showcase their own culture. For the real Japanese college experience, consider staying in a dormitory. There are 24 different dorms for Waseta students to choose from. The Waseta International Dormitory, or WID, has 500 rooms and is just a few minutes walk to the main campus. The Waseta International Student House, or WISH, has a total of 872 rooms. Tokyo Student House Crevia Will Waseta is an 11-story dorm with just under 200 rooms and is a mere 2-minute walk to the main campus. These dorms are available for domestic students as well as international students, so offer many opportunities for tenants to intermingle and learn about various cultures. Other options include apartment rental and homestay, which is another effective way to immerse yourself in the Japanese culture. Waseta offers student support in a number of ways. Let's take a look at a couple. The Center for International Education supports incoming international students and develops various exchange programs based on agreements with universities around the globe. Through expansion of its agreements with these institutions, the center encourages more international students to attend Waseta and contributes substantially to the growing number of Waseta networks around the world. The Gender and Sexuality Center works to ensure that the diverse groups of minority students who could be subject to disadvantages in various aspects of campus life are able to focus on their studies without fear of discrimination. The center offers a variety of support, including consultation, resources, and a semi-open community space for events, all in a safe and discreet environment. If you want to study a foreign language, Waseta offers classes for 28 different languages. For Japanese courses, the Center for Japanese Language, located on campus, offers a variety of programs ranging from beginning to super advanced language levels. What's more, most costs are covered by tuition for regular full-time undergraduate students. The Center for Japanese Language is one of the largest Japanese language schools in Japan. Of course, everyone wants to know what kinds of careers are attainable with a degree from Waseta. Let's take a look at some examples. But first, in terms of graduate employability, Waseta ranks number 1 among private universities in Japan and number 34 globally, so major international companies are seeking our graduates. This list presents just a sample of the companies hiring Waseta graduates. Do you see any that interest you? Many of our graduates elect to further their studies, continuing on to graduate school at Columbia, Harvard, Oxford, National University of Singapore, and of course, graduate studies at Waseta, among many others. So how much does it cost to study at Waseta and live in Tokyo? Let's see. Here you can see a tuition comparison between Waseta and average tuition rates in the US and the UK. At less than half of what you'd expect to pay in the UK and less than a third of the cost of tuition in the US, Waseta represents a unique opportunity to obtain a high-quality, world-class education with affordable tuition. This chart gives you an overview of the cost of tuition and average living expenses while at Waseta. Many people believe that it is too expensive to live in Tokyo. As you can see here, it's quite reasonable. On top of the reasonable cost of tuition and living expenses, there are more than 111 scholarships that eligible students can apply to. Approximately 40% of international students receive some form of scholarship while studying at Waseta. Now let's get into the meat of today's presentation, our programs. At Waseta, there is a total of 13 undergraduate schools, 7 of which participate in the English-based degree program. This program allows international students to study for their undergraduate degree without the need to speak Japanese. All courses are taught in English. At the same time, students in the program are automatically eligible to study Japanese if they desire, and certain schools require that Japanese be studied alongside their regular courses. Now let's learn a little bit about the 7 English-based degree programs. The schools participating in this program are the School of Political Science and Economics, the School of Social Sciences, the School of International Liberal Studies, the School of Culture, Media and Society, and the Schools of Fundamental Science and Engineering, Creative Science and Engineering, and Advanced Science and Engineering. Let's briefly look at each one. The School of Political Science and Economics takes a global approach to these fields of study and offers a fully bilingual program with English and Japanese options for most courses. If you're interested in global economies, international relations, and politics, for example, consider this school. The School of Social Sciences offers the Transnational and Interdisciplinary Studies in Social Innovation program. Here students learn about the various challenges facing different communities around the world. The curriculum includes getting out of the class for fieldwork, so students get hands-on experience in learning how to help solve global problems. The School of International Liberal Studies covers a wide range of disciplines during the first couple of years. Then from the third year, students can hone in on the subject that they wish to focus on for the remainder of their studies. This school requires students study Japanese in addition to their regular coursework. The School of Culture, Media, and Society might be for you if you're interested in Japanese literature, culture, and society. Although the focus is on Japanese culture and literature, as with other schools participating in this program, courses are taught in English. The School of Science and Engineering is divided into 3 departments. Fundamental Science and Engineering focuses on mathematics and computer science, while Creative Science and Engineering concentrates on civil engineering and mechanical engineering, so is a good place for those interested in robotics and city planning. Finally, Advanced Science and Engineering offers majors in physics, chemistry, and bioscience. Next, we'll cover some details about the application process. This slide shows the admission terms offered by each school, as well as the number of new students that are accepted each term. What we see here is the flow of admission procedures. Applicants must open an online account to register their application to Waseta. Waseta will screen the application documents, and based on their evaluation, applicants will receive one of 3 possible outcomes. An unconditional offer means the applicant has been accepted to the school based on their documents alone, and no further action is required. A conditional offer means the school has reviewed the application documents, but would like to interview the applicant to help them make a decision. Of course, the last possible outcome is not passing. So what documents will applicants need to submit? All 7 schools require an application form, an English essay, a certificate of graduation or expected graduation, and an official academic transcript. In addition, applicants must submit their SAT or ACT standardized test score. Please note that in some cases, different schools require different subjects be included in the test. For example, if you are applying to the School of Creative Science and Engineering, an ACT exam must include writing. However, although essay writing is not required for the SAT test, the SAT exam must include mathematics level 2, physics, and chemistry. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, some schools may waive the standardized test requirement for the 2021 academic year only. Be sure to refer to the website of the school of your choice to confirm their requirements. Finally, only the 5 schools shown here require a recommendation letter from the applicant's teacher or counselor. If you'd like to see more about Waseta, please visit our website. This concludes the Waseta English-based degree program virtual college visit. We hope you enjoyed it and feel inspired to pursue your undergraduate studies at Waseta University. Thank you for watching.
Okay, thank you very much for watching. Next, Ms. Nakamura will make a short presentation, and she'll give you additional information regarding to the application procedures, and also some information about our postgraduate English-based degree programs.
Thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. So now I'd like to explain about admission procedures. Okay, so let's start with undergraduate programs. We have 7 schools which offer English-based degree program, and here is the application period for 2021 September entry. As you can see here, the starting dates of application period are different among schools, but the application period ends in the same date, which is February 25th, 2021. School of Social Sciences and School of International Liberal Studies have more than one application period, and they have also admission both in spring and fall. As the application period and the application requirements are different among schools, so be sure to read the application guideline of the school which you wish to apply for. The application guideline is available in each school's website. So with the next 2 slides, I will explain about the standardized test and English proficiency test score. As explained in the video, we accept SAT and ACT, but we also accept IBDP and GCE level and Indian National Standardized Test. As you can see here, the requirements and the required subjects are different among schools, so be sure to confirm them in application guideline. As for English proficiency test score, if you use the score of SAT, ACT, GCE, or IBDP taught entirely in English, you don't need to submit English proficiency test score, such as TOEFL and IELTS. But if you use the score of Indian National Standardized Test score, please submit those tests. And please note that the School of Culture, Media, and Society has score requirement for these tests. Okay. So now let's move to postgraduate programs. So among 20 postgraduate schools, we have 14 schools with English-based degree programs. The next 3 slides show the list of all English-based postgraduate programs. Normally, master's program is 2 years program, and doctoral program is 3 years program. And some schools don't offer a master's program, and some schools only offer a doctoral program in English. And please note that some schools don't provide English-based degree program, which means they only have Japanese-based programs. As I cannot explain all schools today, so please go to digital brochure. So please Google Waseta University e-brochure. There you can find the English-based postgraduate program brochure and each postgraduate school's e-brochure. There you can also find English-based undergraduate program brochure and each undergraduate brochure as well. If you want to know about our faculty and research field, please go to Waseda University Researcher Database. There you can search about study research field that are studied at Waseda and your possible supervisor in this website. And then again, lastly, please visit our website, the Waseda University International Admission Office. There you can see the list of all English-based degree program, and then you can jump to each school website. There you can also find the introduction video of schools and the statistic data of admissions. Thank you. Thank you so much for your attention and your time. So if you have any questions, please contact us at admission@waseda.jp. So this is the end of my presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Takashi and Ms. Junko, for your comprehensive presentation detailing various programs at the Waseda University and their admission process. We will have some questions from the audience now. What are the minimum requirements for the Japanese based program, JLPT level?
Okay, for the Japanese-based degree program, we strongly recommend you to have at least N1 level is preferable, but maybe N2 might be okay. But from what I see from the previous students who have been accepted, most of the students who applied for the Japanese-based degree program had N1 level.
Also, if you have the score of EJU, you can also, in some admissions, you can use your EJU score as well. And there is no minimum requirement for EJU for the admission for international students.
Okay.
Is subjects SAT mandatory? What is the expected score for undergraduate program?
SAT. Okay. There are a few required subject which depend. It will be differ among each school. For example, for political science and economics, they require mathematics, SAT subject test. And also for science and engineering department, they require mathematics level 2, physics, and chemistry. Those 3 subjects will be required. So if you do not, of course, if you're going to take the SAT, please take also the subject test and prepare those 3 scores, 3 subject scores when you apply. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. We will have some more questions. Is there any April intake in 2021 for Master in Engineering?
Okay. Actually, for the master degree April entry, we do have April entry for master degrees English-based degree program, but for the 2021 April entry, the application period already ended at this October. So the next closest timing will be either 2021 September entry, or if you want to wait one more year, it will be 2022 April entry. All those application period you can find in our website. So please visit our website.
Thank you, Mr. Takashi. Would you like to answer any of the questions from the Q&A box?
Q&A box.
I will also put the link of the e-brochure in the chat so
Thank you
audience
very
can
much.
have a
Yes.
look at the.
It would be appreciated if you could send us an email to the email address which we just showed you. Okay, let me post the email address to the chat box. Will it be okay?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Okay, we just typed in our email address in the chat box. Admission@list.waseta.jp will be the address. Thank you very much.
So thank you very much, Mr. Takashi and Ms. Junko. So if you have any questions and queries regarding a particular program or any scholarship or anything else, please contact them in the email given in the chat box. Uh, Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you
Next.
very much.
Next, we have presentation from the Kyoto University of Advanced Science. It is a private university located in Kyoto. Now, I will turn over the time to Mr. Kiyoshi Takeda. Mr. Kiyoshi is a director of international office at Kyoto University of Advanced Science. He has been in charge of international recruitment in order to enhance culture diversity on the campus and develop various opportunities for students from around the world to meet, learn, and grow together as a future collaborators. With that said, I invite Mr. Kiyoshi.
Thank you, Chiaru. Hello, everyone. My name is Takeda, Takeda. I'm very delighted to introduce our all-new, all-English engineering program to you today. Before getting into the details, why don't I play a short video to introduce our Kyoto University Advanced Science to you. Give me a few seconds so that I can start to share the screen with you.
What's in Kyoto? What's KUAS? Kyoto, the old capital of Japan, is home to many of Japan's most important World Heritage sites. Every year, 50 million tourists gather from all over the world to visit the 1,000-year-old city. While Kyoto is well known as a popular tourist attraction, the largest and most important economy in Kyoto is its manufacturing and technology sector. Electronic motors big and small, automated machinery, medical instruments, ceramics, and video games are just a few examples of the high-tech products produced in Kyoto. The businesses that create these products all hail from Kyoto, but they have grown to become some of the largest companies in the world. Situated at this crossroads of history, technology, culture, and nature is Kyoto University of Advanced Science, a new type of university that seeks to incorporate Kyoto's cultural wealth into international, state-of-the-art education. Completed in 2020, Kyoto University of Advanced Sciences' new engineering building was designed from scratch to provide the perfect learning environment. Here is a look at some of the facilities the building features. The first floor is occupied by an advanced workshop. This workshop is available for free to students 24 hours a day and provides the tools and materials to craft nearly anything imaginable. Elsewhere in the building, challenging research is being carried out every day. Next up is the library, which features lots of space for students to study alone or hold discussions with their classmates. In addition, the engineering building is connected to the International Dormitory, a super convenient way for new students to live on campus. The Faculty of Engineering has great facilities, but that's not all the school has to be proud of. The professors teaching at KUAS hail from all over the world and are specialists in a diverse range of fields, including robotics, drones, AI, electric vehicles, computers, nanotechnology, and more. The goal of the Faculty of Engineering at KUAS is to raise street-smart global engineers. All lectures are held in English. In addition, all international engineering students are provided with intensive Japanese language courses. The Capstone Project, the first of its kind in Japan, is designed to pit teams of students against realistic challenges presented by over 50 real companies. By developing their problem-solving and communication skills, students take their first step as street-smart engineers. These unique features will allow KUAS graduates to work immediately, anywhere in the world. KUAS represents a new model of university unlike Japan has ever seen. Join us at KUAS and be a street-smart global engineer.
Once again, hello everyone. My name is Takeda and I work at the Kyoto University of Advanced Science, KUAS for short, as the International Office Director. Today, I'm going to talk about our engineering programs and that is going to be taught entirely in English for undergraduate, also postgraduate students. Before getting into the details, I'm very proud to share with you this great news that has been announced yesterday. Just yesterday, 2 Indians have just been accepted for our 2021 undergrad program intakes. One of them are originally from Uttar Pradesh. And the other piece of information, the other piece of great news is 1 Indian doctoral student already accepted for our 2020 program intake. He's from Jharkhand. And today I'd like to talk about why Japan and Kyoto, and followed by about Kyoto University of Advanced Science and which is followed by specifically our Faculty of Engineering and entry requirements in the scholarship and programs available. There can be so many reasons for you to consider Japan as a study destination, from varying from the economic reasons to culinary inventions. And most important are a piece of information for you or for students like you who are engineering minded, is now is the best time for you to consider Japan as a study destination, to do a degree programs and to start working as a skilled engineers in Japan. The reason is 2020 are 370,000 too few engineers in Japan. And by 2030, it has been projected there will be even 790,000 too few engineers in Japan. In other words, a Japanese government, world-class, first-class companies always look out for in hiring skilled engineers from around the world. And in fact, over 1,000 Indian students now studying in Japan, which should be taken as an encouraging sign. And you may be wondering how much you can earn as an engineer in Japan. And Japan, in my answer to your question is that Japan is the best place where you can earn the most as a skilled engineers, even compared to China, even compared to Singapore, even compared to Hong Kong. Let me talk about our city, Kyoto. Kyoto is Kyoto was the capital of Japan for 1,000 years. Dozens of national and cultural treasures are located in Kyoto, as you can see on the slide. These are beautiful shrines, and these beautiful shrines, temples would be the one that you can see are on a regular basis as a students in Kyoto. Even more surprisingly, you may if you happen to be one of the big, beautiful comic fans, like called mangas, Kyoto might be the best place for you to consider, as there are a few museums that specifically or features these beautiful comic books regularly. And it's also interesting to see there are world-class companies are located headquartered in Kyoto. As you can see, our good example is a Nintendo that produces Pokemon. I'm sure the majority of you have enjoyed playing with Pokemon, and that company that produces Pokemon is actually headquartered in Kyoto. This is important information for you or for students like you or who are engineering minded once again, because these companies could be translated quickly into your job opportunity after the completion of our program. Let me start discussing specifically our Kyoto University of Advanced Science, KUAS. It started in 1969. It means that it has been operating longer than 50 years already and located in the Kyoto Prefecture. It has 3,600 students, about which, and there are 80 international students, mainly from Eastern Asian countries like South Korea, Hong Kong, Thailand, Malaysia. As I already said, I'm very proud to host our growing number of Indian students on our campus in the next program intake next year. And if we offer programs at 5 faculties, including the engineering program. And engineering program, faculty engineering is all brand new, all English taught in our schools. And what really sets us apart from other university, other engineering school is the Mr. Nagamori Shigenobu. Nagamori Shigenobu is the current CEO of the company called NIDEC, NYDEC. NYDEC actually happens to have 5 branches throughout India. And NYDEC, NIDEC, is the world's largest motor company, and it has 300 offices in 50 countries throughout the world. The entire workforce of NIDEC has reached 140,000 employees that actually are larger than the Apple's, even Google's. So Mr. Nagamori, back in 2018, and took the position of the chairman of our university, our Kyoto University of Science in 2018. As soon as he took the position, he decided to, in order to stopped, decided to make investment in 120 million US dollars in order to found a new QAS faculty of engineering in order to create a new generation of street smart engineers that I'm going to talk about in details slightly later. And basically, he wants to hire many engineers for his company, Nitec. And this is a picture of the beautiful faculty of engineering building. And if you like it, and I hope you like it so much, and that you feel like you want to become legitimate students in the near future, so that you can use this beautiful facility as a student around the clock. And let me be more specific about the features of the Faculty of Engineering. Number one, all courses conducted are entirely in English language, which I believe is the advantage for English speaking students like you. And also number two, we offer intensive Japanese language courses at no additional cost, which I believe should be able to help you or be fluent in a Japanese language as well, when you find which you will find very useful in exploring marketability. I mean, professional marketability after the completion of the program. And the number three, engineering program is centered around mechanical, electrical, computer science, which all coursework is very practical. And number four, when you are graduate, we're gonna help you extensively to find a job opportunities as engineers in Japan. So if you are interested, it takes a wide range of engineering expertise to become a full-fledged engineer, or as you can see here. That's why KUS has come up with such innovative engineering program called Multi-Disciplinary Engineering Program. Means that you can learn electrical engineering at the same time you can learn mechanical engineering. Also, you can learn information and data processing at the same time. You don't really have to choose one of them. You'll be exposed to all of them at just one school, namely KUAS. To be more specific, all these 13 important engineering majors can be learned at KUAS. And also practical side, let me emphasize that year 3, year 4, you'll be expected to work closely with the current engineers currently employed by the world-class companies headquartered in Kyoto. This is what we call our Capstone Projects. And in Capstone Project, you'll be working with our current engineers in world-class levels over 2 years. So you'll be expected that you develop the practical skills that you can use and that you can used to work immediately after the completion of the program, not only Japan, but beyond the boundaries of Japan. How much does it cost to study at KUS? We run our program, undergraduate programs, 4 years. So on average, 1.5 million Japanese yen for tuition cost per year. For masters, now we ran a program 2 years and a bit. On average, 1.1 Japanese million yen. And for doctor candidates, we run programs for 3 years. And on the average per year, you'll be paying 1.1 million Japanese yen. And you might think that, oh, wow, this is very expensive. But just to take a look at the chart I've written on the bottom side, at the bottom, if you're going to the UK, you'll be paying 43,000 US dollars per year, whereas you'll be paying only 14,000 on the average per year at KUAS. And this is great news because we have a varying degree of scholarships available specifically for engineering students. As you can see, or you can have a 30% waiver, and you can also have a 50% waiver, and also you could even have 100% tuition waiver. In that case, you'll be paying only $500 per year. Also, this is super great news that I really like to share with you today. In addition to 100% tuition waiver, you might be entitled to or $900 monthly stipends, means a cash bonus, monthly cash bonus of $900 every month, in addition to 100% tuition waiver. This is super good news. That's why we name it Super KUASE Scholarship 100%. E stands for engineering, by the way. So you may start wondering, so what is the criteria for scholarships? My answer to your question is that KUS takes a holistic reviewing process for scholarships recipients. Means that we're going to take our professors is going to take everything about you into a careful and close consideration to make the decision on scholarship levels. More specifically speaking, that we take a look at we take a closer look at the quality of a research achievement, maybe academic achievements, and also quality of your interview performance and quality of your recommenders letters, and all in all, we will take in everything about you into consideration to make decisions. So criteria, minimum requirements. Given the nature of our engineering programs, I mean, any engineering programs are in the world, we will look at your in an aptitude in the physics and math very closely, and hopefully you'll be as a student, if you are an undergraduate candidate, you'll be expected to have completed algebra, geometry, pre-calculus, statistics of force and motion, waves, electricity, and magnetism, atom structures. And a 12-year standardized education curriculum, you must have, you'll be expected to have completed when you apply. And the English proficiency test scores, TOEFL IB 380, IELTS 6.0, or 105 for Duolingo. If you are not a student, if you are not regular students on the English track for your regular formal education. And to demonstrate an aptitude in math and physics, yes, you can use your Central Board of Secondary Education predicted scores to, once again, to demonstrate an aptitude in math and physics. And if you are happen to be on an IB diploma program, you can also use your predicted scores to apply to KUS engineering. Alternatively, ACT are also acceptable. So all the application documents are for application for our undergraduate program. You need to upload all these documents in your application to KUS. Important timelines are we have three different application windows for undergraduate candidates. Early entry already closed. Regular entry, we just opened the window from December 1st in 2020. The window closed on January 8th. So if you're serious about maybe keen on applying to KUS, make sure that you've completed your application processes before January 8th for our regular entry. For final entry, that will start on February 8th in 2021, and that will end March 14th in 2021. Let me talk about the master's and doctoral engineering program quickly. Our program, postgraduate programs are centered around mechanical, electrical, electronic, and electrochemical, computer sciences. You don't have to really choose one of them because our engineering program is research-based, means that you have to have our good, best matching or faculty members that supervise your or graduation thesis or doctoral thesis. Good news is there are scholarship programs also available for masters and also for doctoral students. And entry requirements to apply to our master's program, you must have a bachelor degree, and a doctoral program. For doctoral program, you must have a master's degree. So to find out more about our postgraduate program, I would highly recommend you to go to our website to find out which professors can be best matching professor supervisor for you. You can see all these are our professors are, and that really shows you or what kind of what research backgrounds, what current research interests they have. Yes, because to apply to our postgraduate program, there are two completely different stages to apply to our program. Number one stage is you need to obtain a prior supervised consent. Simply put, you have to have yes. You have to have yes answer from one of our professors that you have chosen, even before you formally are invited to apply to KUS engineering program. And once you successfully obtained prior supervised consent from our faculty members, then you can move on to a stage two, like I discussed a minute ago. You'll be finally invited to submit your application documents to KUS. These are the set of application documents for a master's program or also for doctoral programs. Important timelines and we have just opened our last entry window for our postgraduate programs from December 1st. That will end January 17th for our prior supervised consent. If you're keen on apply to KUS, you need to obtain a supervised consent during this period, December 1st and January 17th. And then you'll be formally invited to apply to KUS from January 18th and 2021. I'm talking about all these are our 2021 September intake. Just let me walk through how our online website looks like. Once you are go on a website to find out more about our application processes, you see these are our websites. And once again, if you want to find out more about KUS, I highly recommend you to go to the website. Application guidelines are available. Before wrapping up my presentation, let me emphasize that you may be wondering about the quality of our engineering programs. And I think this is a good predictor and good indicator that shows you what a great quality KUS has for its engineering program. Because KUS University partner with Ohio State University, that is our number 7 ranked number 17 in the world college ranking, and Seoul National University, the most distinguished university in South Korea. These universities have agreed with the KUS just because they are recognized the highest quality of engineering education of each other. If you have further questions or concerns, and please go to our website or you can use admission@kus.ac.jp or to email us to your questions and answers. And let me share this great news. If you feel more comfortable about speaking to our Indian local representative, I would like to introduce Ms. Megumi Paul for your free appointment, for your free consultations about KUS. Thank you very much. I'd like let the floor open to your question. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Takeda, for introducing various undergraduate and graduate programs their application process, and scholarship being offered by the Kyoto University of Advanced Sciences. We will take on questions from the audiences. Um, First is it compulsory for student to submit SAT or ACT test scores?
Um, what I'd like to say is that as long as they have a central board of secondary education or test scores or SAT scores, they don't have to submit SAT or ACT scores to us at all. Does it make sense?
Okay.
Mm.
There's another question. Are GRE scores for masters mandatory?
GRE. Oh no, we don't require any GRE scores.
I see. So uh, KAUS does not require GRE for the master's course. Would you like to pick up any questions from the Q&A box and answer them?
Okay, and about the biology related undergraduate program in K. Sorry, no biology programs available in at KUS or in the English in conducted in the English language. Sorry. Um, Bio-related, the same answer. We don't offer programs in the English language in terms of our bio-related program. Sorry.
Okay, so thank you, Mr. Takeda, for answering the queries in the question box.
Oh, sorry.
Uh,
Oh, maybe what is the difference
yeah.
between early admission and final admission? What is the total intake for computer science in each admission cycles? Um, sorry, Jerry, can you allow me just a few seconds to answer this
Sure.
last
You
question?
can carry on.
What is the difference between early admission or final admission? What is the total intake for computer science in the admission cycle? Computer science. So there are two questions. Okay. Um, it doesn't are there isn't any substantial difference in early admission or final admissions. It really depends on each applicants which entry cycles that they want to use to apply to KUS for your assurance. For your assurance, what is the total intake for computer science? So we are thinking of having 100 students for international students or for our engineering programs. We don't really have any boundaries, and this is a computer science, this is an electrical science, and this is a mechanical science. Because we do programs that is called multidisciplinary programs. It means that you can do a computer at the same time you can do electrical science as well. That really are flexible and also practical programs for in order to nurture, in order to develop on the street smart engineers for any companies across the world. Thank you, Charu. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Takeda. I think we don't have any further questions from the audience. Uh, so we are going to end our session now. As you can see the agenda. So thank you very much, everyone, for sticking with us till the end. The session was enriched with the insights from various experts and the university programs. There is a tremendous scope of studying and work in Japan. Before I end this session, I would like to share my personal experience on this webinar series. I have attended all the webinars in this series, and each webinar comes with a different programs from various universities in Japan. There are numerous programs with different scholarships being offered. I request all the audience to attend further session Stay tuned and keep visiting the UTokyo India Office websites for the upcoming webinar. With that said, I will end the session before time, and thank you everyone for joining us. Uh, I hope to see you again in the next webinar. Thank you.